Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashi Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Para Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, we offer our humble obeisance, our humble pranams to the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. We welcome all the viewers across the world to this Uttamottama Seva to Paramashiva from the Nithyanandeshwara Devalaya, Adi Sarvajna Peetam. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time to HDH Nithyananda TV, welcome to the official TV channel for Sri Kailasha, the only and the greatest Hindu nation in the world. Nithyananda Paramashivam, His Divine Holiness, is the reviver of Kailasha, the ancient, enlightened civilization and the great cosmic, borderless Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness is an avatar from and is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And His Divine Holiness has made the science of power manifestation yoga, and temple-based universities for humanity. Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a super consciousness breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University is the world's largest university with extended campuses in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts and sciences like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, and Vastu. His Divine Holiness is the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shyamala Pita Sarvajna Pitam, the ancient apex body of Hinduism, and is the current emperor of Surya Vamsha Surangi Samrajyam. His Divine Holiness has survived the worst persecution of many assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. To explore more videos, you can visit Kailasha's Nithyananda YouTube channel. For all of us, millions of Sri Kailashavasis all over the world, you and me, if we have had any spiritual breakthrough and great experience of Kundalini awakening, if today we are able to manifest Shaktis, it is because at the mere age of 12, His Divine Holiness did the tyaga of sitting with utmost sincerity and ferociousness with himself and manifesting this ultimate spiritual breakthrough. Paramashiva has come down to planet Earth and manifested this grand Leela of his life. For each and every one of us to be part, His Divine Holiness has taken this spiritual form and came down from Kailasha itself. Now that His Divine Holiness is here, we can celebrate His happening on planet and spread the message of Sri Kailasha. We invite all the viewers to share this link all on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all other social media platforms. As we continue to introduce to His Divine Holiness the Uttamottama Seva and the pre-satsang, which leads to the satsang of His Divine Holiness, let us all do whatever we can to reach this message to one and all. There are innumerable reasons why His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam happened on planet Earth. He happened to cause the next evolutionary breakthrough for life. He happened to cause the Satya Yuga once again. He happened for the fulfillment of consciousness itself. He happened for the entire humanity, and he happened exclusively for you at the same time. Ultimately, however, the words that cannot quite be summarized either by himself or his devotees, the true reason behind the happening of His Divine Holiness is nothing but pure compassion. This realization will happen to you after reading and listening to the full life story of His Divine Holiness, all of his gifts for humanity and his sacrifices. You will journey through all the years of that his feet grace the planet Earth, and you will learn the greatest of his lessons, and your aspirations for life itself will mature. You yourself will have the realization that brings tears to your eyes and ultimate surrender to your mind. The avatar of Paramashiva happened on planet Earth just to ensure you realize you are also Paramashiva. Today, during the Uttamottama Seva to Paramashiva, we will explore more on the autobiography of the avatar. We are not even aware of our own true yearning. A master happening in our life is not a joke. We ourselves do not know how many births we have struggled and prayed intensely to have a glimpse of a living master. Listening to the experiences of His Divine Holiness is literally an initiation. The seed of possibility for that experience to happen in you is bestowed and blessed on us. We must understand that the ultimate truth that His Divine Holiness life is that from the very beginning, He is the ultimate consciousness and has been expressing Paramashiva from the beginning. Never once He came down from that space. Just for the sake of our transformation, His Divine Holiness shares that experiences of His life, so that our whole biology can catch what He's saying, that what He experienced, and reflect that very experience in our space. When we listen to that experience, we have the opportunity to raise ourselves that minute to that higher consciousness. Having this in our inner space, let us understand from the very beginning about the life of the avatar. Under the 600-old-year banyan tree in the forest of Bangalore, Bidadi, still you can experience the prana, the life energy of Paramashiva. He is residing there. Thousands of years back, the seven rishis, the great Sapta rishis, the seven ascetics called the Sapta rishis, who are the transcribers of Paramashiva, when he dictates the Agama, lived in the close by town called Ramanagara. While Paramashiva, Devi, and Nandi lived underneath the banyan tree. Today, all the Saptarishis are in the form of huge 7 single stone hillocks of Ramanagara. There, they lived Agamas from Mahadeva. They learned these Agamas from Mahadeva, Paramashiva. Under this banyan tree, if you read the Kamika Agama, the description, where Paramashiva was sitting and teaching, everything 100% fits with our banyan tree. After Paramashiva taught the Agamas, the rishis were living in Ramanagara and practicing. That is when Bhagavan Sri Rama, the avatar of Vishnu, who lived at that time, came to Ramanagara. The Saptarishis bring Sri Rama to Paramashiva under the banyan tree. He also came to heard not only the Agamas but the Upanishad, the 2 scriptures authored by Paramashiva, from Paramashiva directly. Then after Sri Rama wins the war, he brings Hanuman, Sita, and Lakshmana, Bharata, and Shatrughna, and the whole battalion to show where all he lived. That time, the same place Rama sits and describes to Hanuman what we heard from Paramashiva. Rama taught whatever he heard from Paramashiva to Hanuman. That is what he recorded in Muktikopanishad as the 108 Upanishad. While he was living underneath the banyan tree, Lord Rama worshipped the Swayambhulinga, or the rock formation which was shaped like a Shivalinga naturally. The Shivalinga is the representation of Shiva, Paramashiva, the auspicious shaft of eternal light. After being a home to Paramashiva himself, and radiating his energy, the land around the banyan tree began attracting high-frequency beings. The Jiva Samadhi of the enlightened energies is present right below a cave at the corner, at the center of the banyan tree, from which the tree mystically branches up into this huge cosmic canopy. Jiva Samadhi is the science where your body can be buried, but you will be alive forever. Even without your body, you will be alive forever. This is a power expressed by enlightened masters even after they decide to stop using their physical body, but continue to radiate their healing energies for enriching and blessing the world in a state of samadhi, pure meditative state. It bears mystical connection to Shambhala, the metaphysical space of enlightened masters. The vibrations in this space are so distinct that even the casual visitor can feel its effects. In the year 2001, the avatar, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, had a divine vision of this very banyan tree. Without knowing where it was and how to get there beforehand, this phenomenon revealed to him the place of the avatar headquarters in the east. It was then revealed to him that this tree was located near a town called Bidadi in Karnataka, South India. Today, we are offering the Uttamottama Seva to Lord Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva and Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti and Lord Rama. Uttamottama means the best of the best, and Seva is offering. The ritual of offering the best of the best to Paramashiva. Whatever we offer to Paramashiva comes back to us 1,000 folds and many million folds. And Paramashiva is the source of everything, be it grains or knowledge, or skill, or people, everything. Offering the best of the best is the way we can offer our gratitude to Paramashiva and being integrated to him and his words. As per the instructions of Paramashiva in the physical form, the Sachala Murti, the avatar, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, we offer this seva to Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva, the presiding deity of Nithyananda Sangha. Uttamottama Seva is an intrinsic ritual that is described by Paramashiva himself. So many offerings are there that came from the best of the best that is offered in the Vedic tradition. From the instruments to the offering of food that should be offered to Paramashiva, the various types of dance and the way it is danced. Uttamottama Seva is described by Paramashiva as the best of the best. Why should we offer the best of the best to Paramashiva? Paramashiva lives in Adi Kailas Sarvajna Peetam, Bidadi, Bangalore, where the Kalpa Vriksha, the sacred banyan tree, as the one who gives whatever we ask for. We offer during this Uttamottama Seva the Abhishekam, Vastram, Gandham, Abharanam, Achanam, Dhupam, Deepam, Naivedyam, Aratrikam, Deepopacharam, Pushpanjalim, Chaturvedam, Grishya Suktam, Agama Stotram, Dravida Vedam, Nrityam, Sangeetam, Vadyam, Swasti Vachanam. The source of all these best things is Paramashiva. He has given these to us. Offering them back at his feet is what we do during this seva, whereby we experience intense Shaktini Pata and Advaita, the oneness with him, and as a result, we live the state and radiate the space. and manifest the Shaktis of Paramashiva. And also, since it is Agama Vidhi, Paramashiva's instructions, we offer them during this seva. The best of food that is offered as Naivedyam, the best of the movement a body can make offered as dance, Nitya Seva, the best of the sound offered as music, Sangeeta Seva, the best of the consciousness offered as power manifestation, Shakti Avishkarana. The best that humanity can offer to Paramashiva as gratitude is offered in Uttamottama Seva. Today, we are offering Uttamottama Seva to Lord Rama. And this offering, Uttamottama Seva, is performed by our Gurukul Balasans. We are offering this Seva at the divine lotus feet of His Divine Holiness as our gratitude to our beloved Guru. Let us all tune in and enjoy the Uttamottama Seva and get the blessings of Lord Rama and His Divine Holiness. Stay tuned and let us all watch Nithyanandam. Thank you.
What I mean by the word E-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. What I mean by the word E-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. What I mean by the word E-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. What I mean by the word E-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa.
Shruti. The first offering of the Uttama Seva at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva is the offering of the Chaturvedam. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Sri Nithyanandeshwara Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Chaturveda Priya Chaturvedam Avadharaya. Hari Om. Rigveda. Hari Om. Agnimile purohitam yajnasya devam ritvidam hota aram rattadatamam. Hari Om. Yajurveda. Hari Om. Isheto jetva vayavasto vayapasta devo vastavita प्राप्तयतुष्टेष्टतमाय कर्मणे. हरि ओम. सामवेदा. हरि ओम. आज्ञ आयाहि पीतये गृहाणो हव्यदातये निहोता सप्सि बर्हिषि. हरि ओम. अथर्ववेदा. हरि ओम. शन्नो देवी रविष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये श्रेयोरभिश्रवन्तु नः. Hari Om. The next offering of the Uttama Seva at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva is the offering of the Agama Shlokas. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Sri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Agama Shloka Priya Agama Shlokanavadharaya. Shri Bhagavanuvāca Ati Kautuhalavishta Richasye Tachunupriye Enme Netrantare Vahnir Yadvanritamannuttamam Tatsarvam Katayishyami Yoga Yuktya Shunupriye Yatsvarupam Nijam Shuttam Vyapakam Sarvatomukam सर्वभूतान्तरावस्थं सर्वप्राणिसुजीवनं योगगम्यं दुरासादं दुष्पापमकृतातमभिः ज्ञानादिषडगुणायेते तत्रस्ताः प्रभवन्ति सा वै महाक्रियारूपा संस्थितैका क्रियामता. offering of the Uttamottama Seva at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva is the offering of the Stotra Seva. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Sri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Stotra Priya Stotram Avadharaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sadashivaaya Sakala Tattvatmakaya Sarva Mantra Swarupaya Sarva Yantradhishthitaya Sarva Tantra Swarupaya Sarva Tattva Viduraya Brahma Rudravatarine Neelakanthaya Parvati Manoharaya Soma Surya Agnilocanaya Bhasmoddulita Vigrahaya Mahamani Mukutadharanaya मानिक्य भूषणाय सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय काल रौद्रावताराय दक्षाध्वर ध्वंसकाय महाकाल वेदनाय मूलाधारैक निलयाय तत्वातीताय गंगाधराय सर्वदेवादिदेवाय षडाश्रयाय वेदांत साराय त्रिवर्ग साधनाय अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायकाय अनंत वासुकी तक्षक कार्कोटक शंख गुलिक पद्म महापद्मेति अष्ट महानाग कुलभूषणाय प्रणव स्वरूपाय चिदाकाशाय आकाश दिक्स्वरूपाय ग्रह नक्षत्र मालिने सकलाय कलंकरहिताय सकल लोकैक कर्त्रे सकल लोकैक भर्त्रे सकल लोकैक संहर्त्रे सकल लोकैक गुरवे सकल लोकैक साक्षिणे सकल निगम गुह्याय सकल वेदांत पारगाय सकल लोकैक वरप्रदाय सकल लोकैक शंकराय शशांक शेखराय शाश्वत निजावासाय निराभासाय निरामयाय निर्मलाय निर्मदाय निश्चिन्ताय निरहंकाराय निरंकुशाय निष्कलंकाय निर्गुणाय निष्कामाय निरुपप्लवाय निरुपद्रवाय निरवध्याय निरंतराय निष्कारणाय निरंतकाय निष्प्रपंचाय निस्संगाय निर्द्वन्द्वाय निराधाराय निरागाय निष्क्रोधाय निर्लोपाय निष्पापाय निर्भयाय निर्विकल्पाय निर्भेदाय निष्क्रियाय निस्तुलाय निस्संशयाय निरुपम विभवाय नित्य शुद्ध बुद्ध परिपूर्ण सच्चिदानंदाद्वयाय परम शांत स्वरूपाय तेजो रूपाय तेजोमयाय जय जय रुद्र महारौद्र भद्रावतार महाभैरव कालभैरव कल्पांत भैरव कपालमालाधर खट्वांग खड्ग चर्म पाशांकुश डमरू शूल चाप बाण गदा शक्ति भिंडिपाल तोमर मुसल मुद्गर पाश परिघ उशुंडी षटग्नि चक्राद्यायुध भीषण कर सहस्रमुख दंष्ट्राकराल वदन विकटाट्टहास विस्फारित ब्रह्मांड मंडल नागेंद्र कुंडल नागेंद्र हार नागेंद्र वलय नागेंद्र चर्मधर मृत्युंजय त्रयंबक विश्वरूप विरूपाक्ष विश्वेश्वर वृषभवाहन विश्वभूषण विश्वतोमुख सर्वतो रक्ष रक्ष मां ज्वल ज्वल महामृत्युमप्रमृत्यु भयं नाशय नाशय चोर भयं उत्सादय उत्सादय विषसर्प भयं समय समय चोरान् मारय मारय मम शत्रून् उच्चाटय उच्चाटय त्रिशूलेन विधारय विधारय कुठारेण भिंडि भिंडि खड्गेन छिंदि छिंदि खट्वांगेन विपोधय विपोधय कुशलेन निष्पेषय निष्पेषय बाणैः संताडय संताटय रक्षांसि भीषय भीषय भूतानि विद्रावय विद्रावय कूष्मांड मारीच वेताल ब्रह्म राक्षस गणान् संताटय संताटय माम् अभयं कुरु कुरु वित्रस्त्वं माम् आश्वासय आश्वासय नरक भयान् माम् उद्धर उद्धर संजीवय संजीवय शुत्रुभ्यां माम् आप्यायय आप्यायय दुःखातुरं माम् आनन्दय आनन्दय शिवकवचेन माम् आच्छाटय आच्छाटय मृत्युञ्जय त्र्यम्बक सदाशिव परमशिव नमस्ते नमस्ते।
नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द
The next offering of the Uttama Seva at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeswari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeswara Paramashiva is the offering of the Dravida Vedam. Devadevottama Devata Sadabhava Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Sri Nithyanandeswari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeswara Paramashiva Dravida Veda Priya Dravida Vedam Avadharaya
சிவாதிருச்சிற்றம்பலம். வேயுரு திங்கள் வேயுரு தோழி பங்கன் வித முண்ட பங்கன் மிக நல்ல வீணை கதவி மாசரு திங்கள் கங்கை முடிமேல நின்று என் முகமே புகுந்த அதனால் ஞாயிறு திங்கள் செவ்வாய் புதன் வியாழன் வெள்ளி சனி பாம்பிரந்து கதவே மாசரு நல்ல நல்ல அவை நல்ல நல்ல என் புகமே புகழ்ந்த அதனால் சிவாதிக்கு கம்பலம்.
परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
The next offering of the Uttamottama Seva at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva is the offering of the Sangeeta Seva. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Sri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Sangeeta Priya Sangeetam Avadharaya. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Tatmamaskyadhilaksyam Ekam nityam vimalamachalam sarvadi sakshi bhutam bhavatitam trigunarahitam sadgurum tam namami. పలుకే బంగారమాయెను పలుకే బంగారమాయెను కోదండ పాణి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను పలుకే బంగారమాయే పిలచిన పలుకావేమి పలుకే బంగారమాయే పిలచిన పలుకావేమి కలలోని నామస్మరణ మరవచక్కని తండ్రి కలలోని నామస్మరణ మరవచక్కని తండ్రి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను కోదండపాణి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను రాతి నాతిగా చేతి భూతలమున ప్రఖ్యాతి చందితి వని ప్రీతితో నమ్మి తండ్రి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను కోదండపాణి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను ఎంత వెండినా గాని సుంతైన దయరాదు ఎంత వెదినా గాని సుంతైన దయరాదు పంతము చేయనేనంతాంటి బాడంతన్ పంతము చేయనేనంతాంటి బాడంతండ్రి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను కోదండపాణి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను శరణాగత త్రాణ బిరుదాంకితుడవుగాడ కరుణింటి భద్రాచల వర రామదాస పోష శరణాగత త్రాణ బిరుదాంకితుడవుగాడ కరుణించి భద్రాచల వర రామదాస పోష పలుకే బంగారమాయెను కోదండపాణి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను కోదండపాణి పలుకే బంగారమాయెను
పలుకే బంగారమాయెను కోదండపాణి పలుకే బంగారమాయెనా
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
The next offering of the Uttamottama Seva at the feet of Devi Nithyanandeswari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeswara Paramashiva is the offering of the Nitya Seva. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Shri Nithyanandeswari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeswara Paramashiva Nitya Priya Nrityam Avadharaya.
Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Varana Bhava Prayadaranam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana कञ्जलोचन कञ्जपदकञ्जारुणं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भजुमना गणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरद सुन्दरं पटपीतमानम् जनक सुतावरं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भजुमना बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंशनिकंदनम रघुनंद आनंद कंद कौशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजुमना
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
The next offering of the Uttamottama Seva at the feet of Devi Nithyananda Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam is the offering of the Paramashiva Shakti Avishkarana. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Shri Nithyananda Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paramashiva Shakti Avishkaranam Priya Paramashiva Shakti Avishkaranam Avadharaya Nityanandam Paramashukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Triguna-rahitam Satgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, I welcome all of you with my love and respect to today's Paramashiva Shakti Avishkarana. I am Maniki Yogapranananda. I am 13 years old and I am a Balasant of the Nithyananda Institute. And here along with me, I have an extraordinary Balasant. Ma, would you like to introduce yourself?
Nithyanandam. My name is Mashruti and I'm 15 years old and I'm here to manifest the power of third eye solutions.
Yes. And we also have along with us our volunteer. Ma, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, Nithyanandam. I am Ma Chanchal and I am staying here since past 1 year.
Yes. Let us begin with a small introduction about the source of all, Paramashiva. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasa, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form and causality. Today, an incarnation of Paramashiva walks among us in the form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, initiating millions of disciples all across the globe into the science of power manifestation, directly from the Vedagamas. Vedagamas are the source scriptures which is directly revealed by Paramashiva himself, which we will be looking into shortly. Today, out of the 463 extraordinary powers, you will be witnessing the extraordinary power of third eye solution, where our Balasan here is going to be giving any solution to the question which our volunteer asked. And before we begin the power manifestation, Ma Shruti will be connecting with Swamiji by chanting the Mahavakya, which is the direct passport which raises us to a higher frequency. Yes. Let us all also sit with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line and chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Yes. Ma Shruti will be scanning through the day, and before that, Ma Sensen, would you like to ask any question which you want a solution for, Ma?
Yes.
You can ask any question.
My friend's daughter, she is around 30 years. She is behaving funnily. Can I know this thing? Her name you want me to tell? Yeah. Divya Munjal. She behaves funny and she is angry with me. I want to know the solution and why she is doing.
Yes, Ma. Can you just repeat your question a little louder, Ma?
Yes, my friend's daughter, she is around 30 years. She behaves funny. Like she is always angry. And she is angry with me also for no reason. Where I treat her as my daughter, own daughter. So I want to know the reason and solution.
Yes. Ma Shruti, you can start scanning. Yes. Are you ready to repeat?
Yeah. So what Paramashiva revealed to me is in her smaller age, in young, she had a fight with her school classmates, and then in that way, a whole class and few bad gangs have had teased her very badly. From that time, she had the self doubt created, and then she had very she started hating herself, and then she started thinking that she's like that. She started believing them, and then from that time, that is the root pattern I was able to see what Paramashiva revealed, and then from that time the mind settlement happened. Like, oh, this is like that. So that was the root pattern Shruti was able to scan, and then so for the solution, for the problem, I have scanned the solution also. So you can ask her mom. So somehow you have to sit with her and find out the same incident, and then just go through the incident again at least 21 times. So the mind, whatever like she has settled in herself, it will just go out.
That all is not possible for her. We cannot talk to her only. Okay, so
So
this thing.
uh,
Yes. Even I also scanned, and Paramashiva revealed the solution for your friend's daughter is that you try to speak to her. Slowly try to speak to her in her listening. And as you speak to her, let her every night when she sleeps, tell her mom to put a photo of Swamiji next to her, and let her that will start settling her down. All the anger, all the suffering which she is feeling right now, that will start settling down. And in a few days, you will be able to speak to her in her listening, and then you can actually do this.
That is also not possible.
So I also
possible.
scanned the
We have to be scared of her, and whatever she wants, we have to do.
After she sleeps,
Huh?
just put a photo next to her.
No, not after sleep. So that is, her room will be separate, their room will be separate. Even she has, they speak to me, so she has discarded my number also there. She has blocked my numbers from
So
her
I have-
parents also. If they speak to where she doesn't like, no, then she becomes like a Buddha.
So I have scanned the problem. So when you give water, just mix one pinch of vibhuti in her water, and then play songs of Swamiji, and put pictures of Swamiji all around, and continuously play positive energy all around. Play a oneness capsule. Play Swamiji's satsang. So when she listens to Swamiji's satsang, so she'll settle down.
That also is not possible.
Yes,
She,
ma'am. This
because
is what
that she has
When you
heard
try,
so
it'll
much this thing, no, so she won't this thing.
It is
Even
okay.
I
You
gave
still-
her the book Jeevan Mukti. Her father, she has
zero.
uh,
See, you just play it, you will listen to it, satsang. So it Swamiji says everything is your reflection. So if she is behaving like that, so it is the family's reflection. So when family starts settling down, she will settle down. So for that solution, I scan is you should listen to satsang.
I
If
should.
whole family, including you, if you want to make relationship with her, start watching satsang, and just start from basic, from unclutching, completion, and all this small satsang starting Swamiji has given. So start playing loudly in their house. Start listening to them.
I have not gone to their house.
So you have to tell them whole family should sit together and listen to Swamiji's satsang, like completion, satsang on completion, unclutching and everything. So when they settle down, she will automatically come and speak to them. That is what is the power of completion.
And even if you feel this is impossible, if Paramashiva has revealed it, it is possible in some other way. So you can try all these methods out and you can come back to us. Yes.
When they start listening to satsang, she will herself come and speak to them.
Yes. Very beautiful. Shruti, would you like to share how you were able to manifest this power?
So I just surrendered to Swamiji. I asked the same question which she repeated, and then he just showed me so many solutions. Not only one, so many. When she told it is not possible, Swamiji told it is possible. You tell her again in another way that she understands. So the solution is same, but in Swamiji gives in a different way. So it is just the matter of explaining the solutions. What if Swamiji has revealed it, it will work. It is just our mentality that has to accept it.
Yes, very beautifully said. With this, we would like to offer our gratitude and love at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. We thank you all for joining us in today's Uttamottama Seva, and we invite all of you to join us for tomorrow's segment of the Uttamottama Seva, 6 p.m. IST. Thank you, Nithyananda.
Kailasa, the good God country. Hinduism has something great to offer. Hindu God Paramashiva is good. We love him not just because He gives us what we want, but because He is good, and He has so much to offer to the world that makes the best nation. Hindu God has life positive, all-inclusive, good, spiritual, social, political, and moral principles. Hindu principles are guaranteed solutions for all the major problems of humanity: resettlement, violence and lawfare, impoverishment, inequality, environmental footprint, pandemic and biowar, disputes, feminist movement, women's rights, child rights, minority rights, linguistic rights, human rights. Because Hinduism has the best to offer to the world, Kailasa, standing tall since 1994 for the grand narrative of Hinduism, is the good God's country. Founder of Kailasa, Paramashiva, and his 1008th incarnation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, the enlightened civilization, the greatest Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness was birthed by his predecessors of enlightened masters, great rishis, munis, siddhas, who predicted and recognized His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, as an incarnation of Paramashiva, as per the science of incarnation described in Hinduism. From his first Chaturmasya at the age of 3 in the year 1980 until the age of 16 in the year 1994, the Supreme Pontiff was trained for the revival of Kailasa. He began reviving Kailasa from the age of 16 after the coronation on the 25th May 1994. Kailasa that we see today is 26 years of sincere hard work of the reviver and Hindu diaspora all over the world. Kailasa has a potential population of 2 billion Hindus worldwide, with over 100 million applications to its citizenship already applied. Hinduism has stood over 10,000 years as an enlightened civilization, has been a global beacon of spiritual and timeless wisdom, technology, culture.
He's wearing a grey jacket. His name is Boris.
The world's ancient civilization produced more than 40% of the world's GDP.
Purpose of life is to experience oneness with the ultimate reality, Paramashiva. Life exists on the planet Earth for last 40 billion years, and 5 times life faced complete extinction on the planet Earth. But somewhere one DNA, one cell, living organism is thrown out of planet Earth, preserved inside a volcano rock. After millions of years comes back to Earth due to gravity or whatever reason, gets into the ocean and starts the life again. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the conscious science to give breakthrough to your DNA through natural selection process and to your consciousness through the conscious decision process. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is a sacred spiritual science. It is not bunch of do's and don'ts. No. Please understand, it is the revelations of sacred truths, cosmic truths, powerful cognition. It is still alive, that science is available, time-tested, foolproof. This science of living enlightenment is the complete solution for all the problems individual or society or modern day humanity is facing. Then you will understand all the problems of the modern day humanity. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution. Whether the terrorism or climate change, natural calamities or man-made calamities, for all the problems humanity is facing, the only solution is science of living enlightenment, revealed by Paramashiva from the Vedagamas in the modern day through this body. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution and setting model communities. Understand? Kailasa is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Paramashiva manifested this Kailasa Mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem and the lifestyle. I am going to revive this whole enlightenment ecosystem, Kailasa, by creating a model Kailasas all over the world. I will work sincerely and revive this spiritual science, which is the core for enlightenment ecosystem, making you all manifest the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and Kailasa of Paramashiva, and making all of us manifest Paramashiva.
In a world ravaged by war, ecological destruction, hatred and division, Kailasa stands as a bold vision of human potential, coexistence, organic living, and alignment with nature. Over the past 50 years, the world has seen the creation of dozens of new countries, and so if anything, it would be odd not to see a new country formed in the 21st century. Without the protection of political legitimacy, there is an imminent danger that the great tenets, scriptures, and science of creating an enlightened civilization, which spanned 56 states, 200 kingdoms, 1700 samsthanas, and 10,000 sampradayas, will be forever lost to humanity. The Hindu diaspora are highly successful around the world, They formed the dispossessed diaspora who has been driven to other countries because they are unable to practice their religion authentically in their own country. They have flourished in countries where they have been allowed to settle with religious freedom. For example, in the United States, Hindus are the most educated and highest earning community, with 77% of them holding a bachelor's degree and 48% having an income of $100,000 or more. Although they are only 1% of the population, Hindus have launched 13.5% of the startups in the USA. They hold leadership, technical and creative positions in companies such as Microsoft, Google, Facebook, etc. This success has been repeated around the world, in the UK, Canada, Australia, etc. James Kirkup, in his 2015 Telegraph article says, British Indians are not just the most successful immigrant group in this country's recent history, but the most successful group of people, full stop. He continues, more extraordinary than the rise in numbers is how it has taken place so harmoniously and profitably for this country and those in it. British Indians, quite simply, are among the most industrious, accomplished and credible amongst us. The best of British, if you like. The same article says that British Hindus are barely 2% of the population, but 12% of all the doctors. Australia and Canada have understood the ingredients of fast economic growth of the country and are doing everything to attract the educated, rich Hindu community. Hindus are the fastest growing migrant population in Australia. In 2017, 200% more Hindus have received invitation for Canadian Permanent Residency Program. Even now, the Hindu diaspora worldwide are the richest. No divorce, have no cases of drugs and substance abuse, lowest mental disorder, no depression. Hinduism is the only religion which neither converts nor kills. Absolutely non-violent, the elite sect of mankind. Because the Hindu diaspora worldwide and the Supreme Pontiff are successful in spreading their spiritual Hindu message of openness and inclusiveness against the forces of hatred and exclusivity, they have become the victims of relentless attacks by multi-armed apparatus of state power. Anti-Hindu forces, extremist caste, supremacist militant organization want a one ideology, Hinduism, under their exclusive domain. What they cannot digest into themselves, they systematically delegitimize and exterminate. Lawfare, assassination attempts, character assassination of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Attempted assassination and assassinated Kailashans. Sexual assaults and rape of female monks of Kailasa. Objectification. Character assassination. State-funded child abuse and sexual abuse on the children of Kailasa.
Then I told I don't want to see a picture. Then I told I don't want to see a picture. Then they showed me a picture.
State-operated embezzlement of funds, properties and assets donated by the Hindu diaspora worldwide for the purpose of the revival of Kailasa. Since 1995, up to until now. Building a nation is not a project accomplished overnight or by virtue of hope. Kailasa is the manifestation of 26 years of sincere hard work, sacrifices, integrity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the Hindu diaspora worldwide for the past 26 years for the enlightenment of humanity.
One change can save our planet. Can save our forests. Want to know how? Do you know what pollutes the planet the most? What contributes almost as much to greenhouse gas emissions as all the world's planes, trains, and automobiles combined? It's the meat industry. Farmlands for the meat industry is the major reason for deforestation, which is melting our glaciers, melting our Mother Earth itself. What is your choice? Veg or non-veg? Your vote can save our planet. Cast your vote now. One change can save our planet. can save our forests. Want to know how? Do you know what pollutes the planet the most? What contributes almost as much to greenhouse gas emissions as all the world's planes, trains, and automobiles combined? It's the meat industry. Farmlands for the meat industry is the major reason for deforestation, which is melting our glaciers, melting our Mother Earth itself. What is your choice? Veg or non-veg? Your vote can save our planet. Cast your vote now. One change can save our planet. Can save our forests. Want to know how? Do you know what pollutes the planet the most? What contributes almost as much to greenhouse gas emissions as all the world's planes, trains, and automobiles combined? It's the meat industry. Farmlands for the meat industry is the major reason for deforestation, which is melting our glaciers, melting our Mother Earth itself. What is your choice? Veg or non-veg? Your vote can save our planet. Cast your vote now. One change can save our planet.
आनन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam. My name is Manitya Jayshananda and my name is Manitya Vijayashananda. And before we begin with our session, let us take a few minutes and imagine a newborn entering the world and taking its first breath of life. The warmth of his mother embraces, engulfs him as he is placed in the arms of his mother. A sense of relief fills the mother as her hours of struggle and pain finally bears fruit of her love of her life, the apple of her eyes. Now, imagine all the newborn living ripped away from its mother arms, taken, thrown, caged, and chained, and sent to what is truly a living nightmare, the fruit The first time the newborn opens its eyes is to witness the life of its mother taken away in the most cruelest ways possible. Little does it know that it is going to live the rest of its life in those ruins, living in the same fear of when the newborn is going to meet the same fate.
This is the life of every innocent animal that is living in the slaughterhouse. The reason behind this torture is
Solely,
solely to satisfy the taste buds of a human. Today, we will be taking you through what happens behind the closed doors of a slaughterhouse. The hell on earth. And you have the power to change this completely.
these are just a few images of what really happens behind the closed doors of a slaughterhouse. This is the reality of what animals are facing in today's world.
And this is the actual hell on earth. Animal slaughterhouses.
It is hard to believe that a place like a slaughterhouse exists, a house of slaughter where innocent animals are killed, and yet these horrible places are everywhere. It is estimated that
We slaughter billions of innocent animals every single week, all for the sake of eating meat. Slaughterhouse is the most terrifying place on earth. And the most surprising part is that even though the story of what happens behind the slaughterhouse has been exposed blatantly on the internet, people still eat meat. And today we'll be showing you all what really happens behind those curtains.
this
And
powerful video
this PowerPoint presentation will make you think twice for voting for your right cause.
This powerful video focuses on 5 individuals who were forced to enter the most terrifying place on earth, a slaughterhouse. The stories need to be told because similar stories happen to billions of other animals, and because each and every one of us has the power to reduce the number of animals who experience this. It is very easy to justify the worst atrocities when we are not victims. However, one must always look at a situation from the victim's point of view. If you don't start to feel empathy for victims of violence and terror, a kinder world will never be achieved.
This is a short video on what really happens inside a slaughterhouse.
life they deserved were brutally snatched. And if you have noticed in that video, the people who are actually handling the animals were not just trying to put them down in a simple way. Instead, they were having their own fun of torturing the animals further. The painful practices allowed on factory farms without anesthesia or pain relief, or tail docking. And most of you who don't know what tail docking is, it is actually the intentional removal of the animal's tail. Dehorning is when they intentionally cut the horns of an animal. Hot iron branding is when they take the hot iron to brand their animals for that particular farm. So many animals are actually branded this way, so they belong to a farm. And castration is removal of testicles of animals. The reason why they do castration for the animals is because they reduce the fight between male animals and debeaking of the birds. Debeaking is self-explanatory. They actually brutally cut up the beaks of a bird to further torture them.
Why exactly does all of this happen? It is mainly to make sure that the animals don't fight among each other, not for a good purpose, just to make sure that they stay alive until they need them to stay alive. And this is the reality of what animals all across the world, the billions and billions of animals, are going through at this very second.
Contrary to the stats, you can see the picture of the mother cow nuzzling the baby cow. Just like all the human mothers who have so much love for their children and babies, the same animals have that same love for their young ones. Only to see them snatched away from them and put them in the slaughterhouses
At a very, very, very young age.
Methods used in slaughterhouse factories to kill animals.
Understand, when these animals meet their end solely to satisfy the taste buds of human beings, they don't meet their end in a good way. There are many, many cruel techniques that are being used against each and every one of these animals.
One soul is taken away to satisfy your taste buds. Look in, discuss with yourself if that's what it's worth.
Take this moment to understand that this is what is happening to animals and understand the power that you have, the power that each and every individual holds to be able to make a change in this world. We request all of you, please come and join us and make your decision, make the proper choice for the future of not only these animals, but also the future of your children to be able to live a nice and a happy life.
The first method used in the slaughterhouses are captive goat stunning. A captive goat stunning device administers a blow to the animal's skull of sufficient force to render the animal immediately unconscious. And understand, they don't use any anesthesia or painkillers on the animals. A blow of sufficient force will damage the nerves and blood vessels in the brain, causing brain dysfunction, destruction, and diminished blood circulation, resulting in immediate unconsciousness. Captive bolt stunning devices, where the bolt enters the brain, penetrative bolt result in greater stunning efficiency than non-penetrative stunners that rely on the percussive blow on its own to achieve immediate insensibility. The animals go through this punishment, so once they are brain damaged, the people who are handling the animals can do whatever they want with them with ease.
Second method they use is called electrical stunning. An electrical stunning device must pass sufficient current to the brain of the animal to interrupt normal brain activity and render the animal immediately unconscious. Electrical stunning is reversible as it disturbs normal brain function for a short time only. An electrical stunning system requires the correct voltage, current, and application time to be delivered for the stun to be result in instantaneous and painless unconsciousness. Understand, when we go to the dentist, it is even just pick out a tooth. Even then, they used anesthesia just to pull a tooth out. But for these animals, they don't have any right. They don't have anybody to voice out and tell them that this is the worst brutality that anyone can go through. Imagine going through any one of these, even just for a few seconds. Imagine the amount of pain and suffering an individual will feel.
Can save our forests. Want to know how? Do you know what pollutes the planet the most? What contributes almost as much to greenhouse gas emissions as all the world's planes, trains, and automobiles combined? It's the meat industry. Farmlands for the meat industry is the major reason for deforestation, which is melting our glaciers, melting our Mother Earth itself. What is your choice? Veg or non-veg? Your vote can save our planet. Cast your vote now. One change can save our planet. Can save our forests.
Nobody could have invented. This method is called the carbon dioxide or the gas chamber. Carbon dioxide gas is used to induce unconsciousness. As the animal inhales the carbon dioxide gas, blood oxygen level decreases, resulting in a loss of brain function and eventual brain death. Animals must remain at the point of maximum gas concentration for a specified period of time to ensure they are irreversibly unconsciousness. They are welfare concerns about carbon dioxide stunning because it irritates the respiratory tract. Understand, this is the most slowest death any animal can go through.
1 million chickens, 14,000 pigs, 4,000 cows are slaughtered every hour in the US. And understand, that is just one country, just 1 hour a day.
Now let us move on to worldwide stats. Every second throughout the year, people worldwide kill 1,500 chickens, 10 milking cows, 20 turkeys, 10 beef cattle, 16 sheep, 100 ducks. Every second, understand, these animals are getting killed. 8 domestic cats in Asia to eat, 22 geese, 40 rabbits.
Many of us don't even know that these slaughterhouses exist. We just assume that when the plate comes, the meat is just there. The packaged meat that are there in these stores just come from nowhere. None of the people are even taking the initiative to understand how exactly this packaged meat comes to your local stores.
We'll just run you through this. The animal goes through the stunning methods, either mechanical, electrical, or gas. Then they are suspended by hind limbs upside down, and they are let to bleed for hours, and that blood is used for the meal that every meat eater eats. Then they remove that skin of an animal and they use those skins as pelts and hides. Then slowly they remove the head of the animal and use the rest of the parts of the animal for selling in the stores. And that is how your meat is on your plate. Don't think of those pictures of happy pigs, of those bacon packets and chicken packets that they are happy to give their life up for your taste bud. Understand the torture and pain and the cries they have let out for you to satisfy your taste buds.
There are billions and billions of animals today crying out, but their voices are going unheard by the only species that can protect them, the only species that can make them feel loved, just like how we love our children. We are the only people who can make a change in this world. We are the only ones that can make these animals feel like home. We are the only ones that can bring a change to this world.
The supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, beautifully says, animals have the capacity to feel.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly. Please open your eyes.
அருட்பெருங்கடலே அண்ணாமலை தந்த ஆண்டவனே நித்யானந்த புரிதனிலே அருளாட்சி செய்யும் நித்யானந்தனே ஞானச்சுடரே தியான திருவுருவே நித்யானந்தனே சத்குருநாதனே நித்யானந்தனாக வந்தாய் நீ, கர்மம் நீக்க நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தந்தாய் நீ. தர்மம் காக்க நித்யானந்தனாக வந்தாய் நீ, கர்மம் நீக்க நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் தந்தாய் நீ. அம்மையப்பனாக உலகை ஆளுகின்றாய் நீ, உன் சொற்கள் ஞான சத்தியங்கள் யாவும் கேட்க மக்கள் கூடும் கொண்டாட்டம், தெய்வீக கொண்டாட்டம், நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரண ஆனந்த கொண்டாட்டம். அருள் தரும் அப்பனேவா நித்யானந்தனேவா, நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரணம் அருள நீயும் வா. மானுடத்தின் ரோகம் தன்னை தீர்த்து வைக்கவே அருள் கோலை கொண்டு அண்டமதை ஆள வந்தாய் நீ. மானுடத்தின் ரோகம் தன்னை தீர்த்து வைக்கவே அருள் கோலை கொண்டு அண்டமதை ஆள வந்தாய் நீ. எண்ணுகிற எண்ணம் எல்லாமே ஒன்று ஒன்றாக கண்டு எதிர் கொண்டால் நன்மைதான் என சொன்னீரே. பொங்கி வரும் கங்கை என்றாலும் அலை அழியிலே சங்கமிக்கும் நியதி போலவே இந்த புவியிலே பிறவி பலமும் எடுத்து உலக வலையில் உழன்று திரிந்து முடிவில் நித்திய குருவின் பதங்கள் என்னும் பிரபஞ்ச கத்தி தன்னில் சேரும் கொண்டாட்டம், தெய்வீக கொண்டாட்டம், நித்யானந்த ஸ்புரண ஆனந்த கொண்டாட்டம். அருள் தரும் அப்பனேவா நித்யானந்தனேவா, பக்தர் கூடி நின்றோம் காக்க நீயும் வா. அருள் தரும் குழந்தையைப் போல் சிரிப்பார் குருவென்ற நிலையிலும் இருப்பார். குழந்தையைப் போல் சிரிப்பார் குருவென்ற நிலையிலும் இருப்பார். கருணையின் வடிவம் அவர் சின்னையா, கடவுளவர் பெருமையை நீ சொல்லையா. குழந்தையைப் போல் சிரிப்பார் குருவென்ற நிலையிலும் இருப்பார். குழந்தையைப் போல் சிரிப்பார் குருவென்ற நிலையிலும் இருப்பார். கருணையின் வடிவம் அவர் சின்னையா, கடவுளவர் பெருமையை நீ சொல்லையா.
அருணையில் பிறந்தவரு ஆனந்தமத அருள்பவரு, அருணையில் பிறந்தவரு ஆனந்தமத அருள்பவரு. நித்யானந்த சாமி அவர் பெருமா, நமக்கு வழிகாட்டிடும் தெய்வம் அவர் தானம்மா. அழகா விளக்கம் கேட்ட சின்ன புள்ள விளங்கிடுச்சா சொல்லு புள்ள. நித்யானந்தர் சொன்ன சொல்ல நாம எல்லோரும் வாழணும் வாழ்க்கையில. விளக்கம் கேட்ட சின்ன புள்ள விளங்கிடுச்சா சொல்லு புள்ள. நித்யானந்தர் சொன்ன சொல்ல நாம எல்லோரும் வாழணும் வாழ்க்கையில.
should become e-Kailashians. Even a malignous man, by beginning in the company of Satsanga, makes even the impossible as possible in this world. E-Kailasa is the message from Paramashiva to have superconscious breakthrough. Enlightenment, power manifestation, Paramashiva, everything served to you without you even moving out of your couch. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. We can multiply the quality and quantity of your life. The most ancient, best way of life and best kept sacred secrets all these years handed over only from guru to disciple, guru to disciple, guru to disciple. Secrets kept inside the Siddha Paramparas, with the tradition. Enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Whole world should become e-Kailashians. Even a malignous man, by beginning in the company of Satsanga, makes even the impossible as possible in this world. E-Kailasa is the message from Paramashiva to have superconscious breakthrough. Enlightenment, power manifestation, Paramashiva, everything served to you without you even moving out. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuous.
Nithyanandam bhajare, manasa Nithyanandam bhajare. 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 Nithyanandam bhajare, manasa Nithyanandam bhajare.
Om Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the living beings, living and practicing Hindus, de facto Kailashians from all over the world. I welcome all the Sarvanyapeta Kartas, Yajamans, manifestors, Sarvaparityagis, Srimahans, Mahans, ministers, ambassadors, diplomats, e-diplomats, citizens, consulate generals, Mantreshwaras, Vidyeshwaras, Ganeshwaras, Lokeshwaras, Astreshwaras, Paramashiva Ganas, Paramashivoham Season 15 participants. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Before entering into Paramashiva's message today, I wanted to describe one of the most beautiful happened today morning. Morning I just woke up from Samadhi, was sitting on my seat, resting my head on the Chitra Palagai, Chitrasana. Just internally going through what should be my message today. See, last few days I have so much to explain and share. One side the 36 tattvas, I have not yet finished. It's going on. Still I'm only talking about Kala Tattva. Still there is so much to explain. The other side, this message last few days I am sharing about this conscious manifestation. The other side, Hindu votes about vegetarianism, non-vegetarianism. There is so much I should share with all of you. So I just sat in Samadhi and asked Paramashiva. Paramashiva, when I say I asked Paramashiva, I asked that larger existence of me, the being who is manifesting in this body, I asked him, what should be the message for satsang today? Today, how we are relevant to the humanity. How Paramashiva is relevant to humanity. Now, whatever humanity is going through, seeing the whole picture as it is, what Paramashiva wants to share today, solution for immediate problems, the problems which are immediate now humanity is facing, the guaranteed solutions for that, what really humanity needs now. I just saw beautifully that whole flow opening up and manifesting. That is what is Paramashiva's direct message today for all of you, for all of us. Because I am also enjoying his message and his Leela. Paramashiva's direct message from Kailasa. Listen. Manifestation of Paramashanta Swarupa destroys imaginary fears and imaginary problems with which you are really suffering. Understand? The problems and fears are imaginary, but the suffering is real. The problems, see, the way you think about your future is always terrorizing yourself. You have been made to believe wrongly. Only if you terrorize yourself, your energy will be awake, alive to function. Unless you terrorize yourself, you will not do things needed for your life. No. If you make yourself ferocious, that will be the best manifestation of you not terrorizing yourself. Understand the difference. When you are ferocious, you are integrated. When you are terrorized, you are broken. When you are terrorized, you are broken. All your imagination about your future, all your thinking about your future is terrorizing yourself. Oh, will I lose job? What will happen? Will I lose this? Will I lose my house? Will I lose my daughter? Will I lose my son? Will I lose my wife? Will I lose this, that, this, that? Constantly terrorizing. Understood life more clear. Understand? From the powerfulness, when you become ferocious, anything you manifest will be good. Fundamentally, your wrong belief that only if you are terrorized, you will deliver your best should be broken. If you are terrorized and you deliver your best, you are Shudra. Shudras, no other way. He has to be only terrorized even to keep himself awake. Even to keep himself alive, he has to be terrorized. I am not telling based on jati, birth. No. Shudra is not based on jati, birth. It is based on the quality, mental belief about yourself. The Paramashanta Swarupa, absolute peace, will make you intensely ferocious and integrated, powerful being like Kalabhairava, Mahadeva. Drop the belief only if you are terrorized, you will be fully alive, awake, and drop all your decision to terrorize yourself and always raise your life to higher and higher and higher risks, possibilities. Push yourself always higher and higher. Listen, whether you are living with small 3-hour part-time job, whether you have 3 jobs full-time, 6 hours, one is 8 hours, one is 5 hours, whatever. Even if you have 3 jobs, whether you have only 1 job for 3 hours or 3 jobs almost filling your whole day, life is struggle. You will feel struggle whether you have only just 3-hour part-time job or 3 full-time job. So better die doing 3 full-time job than rotting in 3-hour part-time job. I tell you, you will never die in 3 full-time job because you are endless energy source, extremely powerful energy source. You just need to trigger your ferociousness instead of triggering panic button inside you all the time. All the time, due to your delusion, you go on triggering your panic button. You go on terrorizing yourself. The best example I have seen in my life, never terrorized, so deeply trusting me. The absolute settled being, Rajesh Chandra Mohan. He may never expect that I will utter his name. I know him maybe for last more than 10 years. His trust on me, his commitment to me, it is such spiritual. I have seen him getting all the best things in my blessings, with my blessings, and I have seen him losing everything, including his job. All this, I have seen him losing his father. I have seen him gaining many things in his life. I have seen him losing many things in his life. Last more than 10 years, he is with me. His trust on me, an absolute dedication. I can see, I have never seen him terrorized inside. When I give my commitment or blessings to him, he will only become ferocious, never get terrorized inside. Same way I have seen some kind of people, I don't want to name the other side, other kind, all the time pressing the panic button. All the time pressing the gratitude button. Example is Rajesh Chandra Mohan. All the time. I have seen always he will only press the gratitude button. For this, I can give some more list also. Prasanna and Shrikant. Always pressing the gratitude button. And it's not that they never lost things in their life. I have seen Rajesh losing his father, losing his job, coming back to India because he lost the job. So many things I have seen. But I have never seen him pressing panic button. It will only be gratitude button. He will only be ferocious, never gets terrorized. And it is easy for me always to raise him to the next. Listen, whenever you press the terrorizing button inside you, to get you out of that itself takes me almost all the energy. Then making you manifest your life's reality is next job. If you don't press the panic button and terrorize yourself all the time, I can raise you just like that and make you manifest millions of things more than you can ever imagine for your life. It's my commitment. It's my commitment to all my disciples. Stop terrorizing yourself. Understand? I am very loyal to all my disciples, just like how I am loyal to my gurus. See, my Guru Parampara is one end of me. My Sishya Parampara is another end of me. So how I am loyal to my Guru Parampara, with the same intensity I will be loyal to you guys. Just listen. Have little listening. Stop terrorizing yourself with stupid imaginations and stupid assumed fears about your life. If you talk to Rajesh Chandra Mohan, I sincerely recommend all of you talk to him. How he maintains himself cool, and how every time anything he loses, he just gets it back immediately. How his attitude of gratitude all the time just raises him to the next level. I tell you, when you terrorize yourself, you make my job difficult. I want to tell all my disciples, how I am integrated to Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my Guru. I will be integrated to all of you. Listen. Listen to this one word. Never ever terrorize yourself. I will not let you perish. I will not let you suffer. I will not let you fail. It is not that I am only powerful, I am compassionate, and I am absolutely integrated, loyal. Just decide, no question of internally getting terrorized. Come what may. Just do not allow your fears about future. When you are not terrorized internally, my job of pouring the consciousness and making you successful, manifest all the best things is easy for me. When you are terrorized, integrating you, that itself is a very big job, because integrating you, I need your cooperation. You are such a stupid, low level you became when you are terrorized. See, when you are terrorized, you neither remember you are Paramashiva, nor you remember I am Paramashiva. You remember yourself as a victim. When you remember yourself as a victim, you feel whole world is conspiring against you. And I am the chief conspirator. You feel whole world is enemy. And I am the chief. Listen. Terrorized person becomes absolutely illogical, deluded, mentally broken. All I want you to do, just don't get terrorized. And listen. I know all of you believe I am powerful. That nobody has a doubt. Swamiji is powerful, capable. Even my enemies can't deny that. That's one of the biggest problem. That they get more terrorized because I am so powerful. Everyone believes I am powerful. But you need to know I am absolutely compassionate and integrated, loyal. Even to enemies, I will never punish them. I'll just withdraw. Okay, let them live their life, and that's all. I don't punish them. I just unclutch. That's it. Listen. This is my commitment to all my disciples. This is the direct message from Paramashiva today. Drop all stupid fears about the future. Even if you fall from the cliff, I'll be there to hold you. I'm not saying go and jump from the cliff, but accidentally, even if you fall from there, I'll be there to hold you. Nothing to worry. I'm not saying go and jump from cliff. I'm not saying commit suicide. No. I am not encouraging suicidal attempts or suicidal behavior. No. All I am trying to tell you is, even if you fall from the cliff accidentally, I'll be there to hold you. Be very clear. I'll be absolutely loyal to all of you. I won't fail. Once you terrorize yourself, in your delusion, you start fighting with me, then I won't be able to help you. When I push my energy into you, you just start denying me. You start saying rough no. It's like you decide, even if my life goes to hell, it's okay. In that frustrated anger, because one spoon sugar is less in your meal, you try to throw not just the whole meal out, you try to throw your whole intestine out. I asked with full sweetie payasam, and 1 spoon sugar is less. How can you do that? I will not eat, and I don't want this intestine which wants to eat payasam. Let me pull it out and throw. This is exactly the way you behave when you are terrorized. Absolutely illogical. Absolutely imbalanced. Anti-life. Anti-guru. Anti-existence. Against everything. So listen carefully. Stop terrorizing yourself. Stop terrorizing yourself. Strength of your consciousness raises more and more when you stop terrorizing yourself. Put this as a small board next to your bed. Stop terrorizing yourself. Few days before, one of my disciple sent a message. Swamiji, my mother-in-law is complaining. The symptoms like heart attack, and we are calling the help, emergency help. Usually I'll tell, I'll take care, don't worry. When they try to dig, no, Swamiji, tell me, is it heart attack? Will she not die? Will she recover? I'll say, oh, you don't need to know about all that. I assure she won't die and she will be all right. Only that kind of words I'll use. But in this case, the moment the message came, I said, it is heart attack, but don't worry, things are in my control. And she will become all right. And of course, she became all right and came back, and doctor said the 100% black, and they put a stent and she became all right and she's back and high spirit and good health and all that. My team, which usually gives me the message and takes the response from me, asked, Swamiji, how come you said directly? I said that disciple is so trustworthy. She will not terrorize herself. She trusts me absolutely, so you tell the truth as it is. And she knows I am loyal to her and I'll protect, I'll do what I am saying. She will not terrorize herself, so she can know the truth. If I can talk to you directly, in simple, straight straightforward way, and you are able to receive, that simple relationship is what I call absolute guru-disciple relationship. Most sweet, most beautiful, where I don't need to edit, I don't need to talk as your logic will perceive, how you are going to terrorize yourself. Simple, straightforward inner space which does not terrorize itself is the best inner space. Just decide, I will not terrorize myself for anything. I have a guru who is not just powerful, compassionate, he is loyal to me. I tell you how much I am loyal to my guru, same way I will be loyal to my disciples, because that is the Guru Sishya Parampara. If my gurus are my past, my disciples are my future. You are my future, for whom I live. My gurus are my past, my disciples, you guys are my future. So understand, stop terrorizing yourself. For anything, stop pressing the panic button. For anything, stop shivering internally. Stop breaking yourself mentally. Stop mental breakdown. Stop nervous breakdown. Don't say you are not able to unless you cooperate actively. Nothing can break you. Only when you cooperate actively, things outside can break you. Your conscious decision not to get terrorized is enough to protect you by you. Whatever is happening cosmically now, I am telling you, till December 14th, the only lesson you need to remember, stop terrorizing yourself. Nothing will be lost. I have a guru who is powerful, compassionate, and loyal to me. I am loyal to you just because I initiated you, not because you need to be loyal to me. See, listen, my loyalty to you is just because I initiated you. It does not have any two-way contract. You don't have to think, oh, he will be loyal to disciples who are loyal to him. He may not be loyal to me because I am not loyal to him. You are broken into so many pieces. How can you be loyal to me? You can't even be loyal to you. How can you be loyal to me? So I don't expect you to be loyal to me for me to be loyal to you. I am loyal to you just because I initiated you. If you don't terrorize yourself and break yourself into more and more pieces, my job will be easy. If you break yourself into too many pieces, my job becomes difficult. That's all. Otherwise, I'll be absolutely loyal to you. Listen carefully. Keeping this Guru Sishya Parampara is the only way Hinduism can be kept alive. I have to be loyal to you. Only that is the only way to keep the Hinduism alive. That's the only reason I am in this body. So you got my jata in your hand. It's not that me being loyal to you is just my service. That is my life. I can't be casual about it. I am serious about it. And that's my mission. That's the only way I can manifest Kailasa for all of you and for the world. Whenever disciples did not terrorize themselves, not only I manifested what they want easily, their life was successful. When their life was successful, Kailasa naturally manifested in their life and around them. When the disciples don't have patience to listen to me and terrorize themselves internally, even if I pour the energy, because they are broken pieces, integrating them becomes a big job. And when they are broken pieces, when they are terrorized, they deny everything. They deny Paramashiva, they deny me, they deny themselves, and they are okay with the suicidal tendencies and attitudes and impacts of that. Their actions in their future. See, they are so deluded. They say, come what may, let me face. But when it comes, they won't be able to face. That is the problem. Come what may, let me face. But when it comes, they won't be able to face. Just do not terrorize yourself. So listen. I've always seen people who don't terrorize themselves, like Rajesh Chandra Mohan. They get what is needed for their life and whatever they want more quickly than the people who constantly terrorize themselves, hurt themselves, and break themselves into pieces. See, at least reduce the amount of terrorizing yourself inside. Add more and more peace component, Shanta Swarupa component inside you and make yourself more and more powerful, ferocious. When I say ferociousness and when I say Paramashanta Swarupa, both are one and the same. Shanti from Shakti. Shanti of the Shakti. Shakti from Shanti. Ferociousness from Shanti, peacefulness. Peacefulness from ferociousness. It's one and the same. Shanta Shakti and Shakti Shanti is one and the same. The energy of Sarabeshwara and Pratyangira. Shanta Shakti, Shakti Shanti. Energy of Kalabhairava. Shanti, the extreme Shanta Swarupa and Shakti Swarupa is one and the same. Terrorizing yourself not only weakens you, stops you manifesting what you want in your life, what you need in your life, stops you manifesting success. People who don't terrorize themselves, first they manifest what they need, and then they manifest what they want, and then more than what they want to share with the world, they manifest all the best things. Stop terrorizing yourself. Stop pressing panic button for yourself. Stop the violence of stress chemicals and stress hormones inside you. Halt this stressful way of existence. You can. That's a good news. Unclutch more and more. Meditate more and more. Bring more and more Paramashanta in you. So when I pour the energy to manifest Shakti, it just manifests as ferociousness and manifests whatever you need in your life. So with this, I bless you all. From today again we will resume the Paramashiva Ganas meeting and Paramashiva Ganas sessions. Let us take the Paramashiva Ganas sessions to next level. To organize ourselves beautifully integrate ourselves more beautifully with the Kailasa. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, casting, living Shuddhat by the Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailas of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षिसुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूतद्राविडवेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान् गीयमानछत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादिसमस्तबिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्घसद्यो निर्वाणदीक्षा व्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराजपाण्ड्यमहाराजगुरु शपणशाक्यादिमहान्धकारनिवारणज्ञानभानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदनपूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वजस्थापक शैवसमयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिकस्वामि वागीशसुन्दरमाणिक्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रिणवत्युत्तरद्विशततमगुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरियोगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततमगुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदिकैलास नित्यानन्दपीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासनपीठकर्तः साक्षात् श्रीपरमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वतमनुइक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मण्डित चतुष्षष्टि सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्मशासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुराङ्गि साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्रतम अष्टोत्तरसहस्र श्री अटलपीठाधीश्वर धर्ममुक्तिस्वर्गपुरस्वर्णपीठ त्रयोविंश गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलासपरम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्रीकैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्रीकैलासपरमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्य सच्चिदानन्द प्रणवस्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीलश्री भगवत् नित्यानन्द परमशिव श्री ज्ञानसम्बन्ध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञानवितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।
Even a malignous man, by beginning in the company of Satsanga, makes even the impossible as possible in this world. E-Kailasa is the message from Paramashiva to have superconscious
Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nithyananda
after the most beautiful satsang, the Nithyananda Satsang, and after having received the darshan and initiation from His Divine Holiness Swamiji, let us take the opportunity to cast our vote on the vote that His Divine Holiness and Kailasa is holding current for vegetarianism versus non-vegetarianism. You can go to the link provided, kailasa.org/kailasa-voting-1 in order to cast your vote immediately. Every single day, His Divine Holiness gives us the darshan and initiation at this time, and you can continue to join back on Kailasa's Nithyananda TV, Kailasa TV, or any of the many channels, inviting all of the viewers also to share on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and join us back by subscribing to our channels, liking our Facebook page, liking the Kailasa, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, in order to follow for more news, events, and of course the daily satsang. With this, we'll conclude today's Nithyananda Satsang. Thank you for joining us, and continue to join back and carry on this initiation every single day, living with His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam through the digital nation. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa.